Good morning, yogis. I had a request to do a short video on some stretches that you could use to alleviate the tight shoulder and neck pain. That kind of pain that you get by the end of the day after you've been working at your desk or driving around in traffic, and your neck gets stressed, your shoulders get tight, and it sends that horrible pain up the back of your head. If you have this, then these are some good exercises to do, and so listen up. I'm going to start with a little flow, and then I'm going to go into some exercises that you can do throughout the day. These have all worked for me, so they're tried and true. So let's start on our mats and get into a tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide and stack your wrists underneath your shoulders. Your middle finger should be pointing straight ahead. Your knees should be stacked underneath your hips and the tops of your feet pressed into the mat. Take a deep inhale and drop your belly. Lift your sternum. Bring your shoulder blades together and your gaze just ahead of your mat. Don't overstress your neck back. Just keep your spine in line. Lift your hips and then exhale. Push your belly button up to the sky. Drop your hips. Slide your shoulder blades down the side of your upper back and bring your neck down. Then inhale, lift hips, press belly down, shoulder blades together, sternum forward. Exhale, back into cat. Push the mat away. Inhale, back up to cow. And exhale to a flat back. Bring your hands forward a little bit and off to the sides. Spread the fingers wide, curl your toes underneath, and push up. Keep your knees bent for the time being. And let's just work on the upper body here. This is downward facing dog, otherwise known as yogi traction. So spin the eyes of your elbows inward. Then bring your shoulders down your back. Soften the space that is between your shoulder blades. And then let your neck come down between your arm bones. Then take an inhale and begin pedaling your feet out on the exhale. Inhale and exhale, slowly releasing your heels to the mat. Then take an inhale up on your toes and exhale, releasing your head closer to the mat and lifting your hips. Inhale up on your toes and exhale. The neck closer, the head closer to the mat. Then inhale, look up towards your hands, and exhale, come down into your tabletop position. Realign yourself. Take a couple of more cat-cows. And release to a flat back. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, open up that right shoulder. Exhale, thread the hand through and release the back of the head, your neck, and your shoulder onto the mat in a side twist. Press down through the tops of your feet, align your hips. Take your left hand, reach it over so that your bicep is by the ear. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, walk your fingers off to the right. Open up even more. Press down through the back of your right hand into the mat. Spin yourself open. Spin your ribs open. Release that left shoulder back. You should feel the stretch in your neck. And inhale, place your hand by your face on the mat and help yourself back up. Take a couple more cat-cows. Inhale to a flat back. This time, bring the left arm up, sweep it up, open up the left shoulder, and then thread it through. Now you'll be able to see this from the back angle. Press down to the tops of your feet again and equalize the hips. Press down the back of your left hand into the mat. Reach the right arm up and over. And you're balanced on the left side of the back of your skull, right behind your ear, and on your left shoulder. Then take a deep inhale. Exhale, crawl your fingers off to the left. Your right fingers, I should say. Inhale, exhale, move the right shoulder back even more. Then inhale, place the right hand right next to your face and help yourself up. Go ahead and take that flow one more time. With your cat-cows to re-articulate your spine after a twist. And then release back into child's pose. If child's pose is difficult, if you need a blanket behind your knees for support, or you need a block at your chest for support, you can do that. But whatever you do, make sure that you're releasing your neck to the mat, your forehead to the mat. Keep your arms active. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. I'm going to remove the props. Then inhale and exhale. Bring your arms back with your palms faced up and your shoulders just coming forward. Just let them flop forward, everything. Then turn and put your left cheek onto the mat and just release that. Then inhale it back to center and place your right cheek on the mat. Inhale it back to center and come on up. So that is a really terrific flow that I said works for me every time. I really feel a lot of pain relief after that. If you're having trouble with downward facing dog because your wrists are tender, there is a modification that you can do. Let me adjust the camera here a little bit and bring it up. Okay, so you can use it the back of a chair, a table, or the wall. Make sure that the chair is anchored down and come to a plank position with the chair or the wall, either way. We're going to do it with a chair this way. Then take an inhale and exhale, release back so that your hips are at 90 degrees. Bring your armpits forward and just release your neck between your arm bones. Inhale, look up at your hands, come up, back into your plank, and exhale. Coming forward, body in that figure 7, shoulders back, reaching through deeply through your armpits. Then inhale, look up, and exhale, back to plank. Okay, so then throughout the day, if you're working at a desk or you're driving around in traffic a lot, there's things that you can do to alleviate the pain throughout the day so that you don't end up in so much pain at night. So let's say you're sitting at a stoplight and you've got a few seconds before the light turns green. Just inhale your arms up, cross right elbow over left, intertwine the wrists, and come palm to palm. If you're unable to do this, you can take the backs of your hands together, or you can grab opposite shoulders like this. In either case, lift on an inhale, lift your elbows up to your nose, And exhale, press your palms forward. Take a couple of deep breaths here and really feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. Much of our shoulder pain originates lower and radiates up into the trapezius and then finally up into the small muscles of our neck. Inhale, release that, and bring them the opposite elbow over the right, the left over right this time. Intertwine. You can either take back to back or grab opposite shoulders. Inhale, press the palms forward. Try to release a little more with each exhale. Then inhale and release. Now the thing about a two-sided stretch like that is if you're doing that at your desk, that's great, you can do both sides. If you're doing that at the stoplight and you only get one side done, make sure that at the next stoplight you do the opposite side. Okay, the other one I'd like to show you is an arm stretch this way. But I'm going to have you use a strap. So if you've got a strap, a belt, anything works. You can keep this at your desk. Keep it on top of your desk to remind you to do this. Most of us are right-sided or right-handed or left-handed, so oftentimes, if we're working at a desk with a mouse, this is a way of stretching out those muscles that are becoming overworked on one side. So let's start with the right side first. Just take the strap and flip it over your back with your elbow up. Then the opposite arm, internally rotate it, bring it up your back. And then once you get a hold of the strap with both hands, crawl your fingers together. Your right hand down, your left arm up. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Crawl it a little closer together. And exhale. Let's try the other side. You take that in the strap in the left hand, flop it over your shoulder, internally rotate the right arm, crawl it up, grab a hold of the strap, bring the fingers together. This is my tight side. Inhale and exhale, crawling them a little deeper together. Wow, this always kind of hurts a little bit. It's really good for you though. Inhale, exhale, and let that go. One more that's really good. If you have a block, fine, use it. If you have a blanket, that'll work too. So sit up onto the block or your blanket this way, with sitting kind of back on your heels this way. If you can't bend your knees, that's fine. You can do this just standing and in a forward fold. That works too. Inhale, interlace your hands behind you. Exhale, bring your shoulders back. Reach your fingers towards the bottoms of your feet. Exhale, and then inhale. Go ahead and bring in your ribs, soften in your ribs, bring in your belly. And then exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, stay here, or if you want a little more challenge, take another inhale, and exhale, come forward. Fall forward, forward fold, ground down through your sitting bones, and reach your forehead to the mat. Bring your arms up overhead. This is a very intense stretch, so go at your own pace. Then inhale, reach the arms up and back, down towards your heels. Take one more inhale, exhale, and let that go. So those are a few of the stretches that have really, really worked for me. I hope that when you try them, they work for you as well. Namaste.